Mastering compound complex sentences. Power up your English grammar. Hello, English learners. Today, we're diving deep into the world of sentence structure. We're going to unravel the mystery of compound complex sentences. These fascinating structures allow us to express complex ideas and relationships in English. Let's begin with a brief overview. A compound complex sentence is a combination of at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. The independent clauses can stand alone as sentences, but the dependent clauses cannot. Here's an example. While I enjoy reading, I went to the library and I borrowed some books. In this sentence, I went to the library, and I borrowed some books, are independent clauses, while I enjoy reading is a dependent clause. But how do we identify these independent and dependent clauses? An independent clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb, and it can express a complete thought on its own. For instance, I went to the library is an independent clause. A dependent clause also has a subject and a verb, but it can't express a complete thought. It needs to be attached to an independent clause to make sense. An example is, while I enjoy reading. It leaves us wanting to know more, doesn't it? The punctuation in compound complex sentences can be a little tricky. Here are a few pointers. When the dependent clause comes before the independent clauses, use a comma after the dependent clause. For example, although I was tired, I finished my homework, and I went to bed. If the dependent clause comes after the independent clauses, you typically won't need a comma. For example, I finished my homework and I went to bed although I was tired. Now that we've understood the theory, let's put it into practice. Try constructing your own compound complex sentences. Remember the formula: at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. This exercise will help you become more comfortable with these sentence structures and improve your English grammar skills. And that's it for today's lesson on compound complex sentences. With a good grasp of these structures, you'll be able to express more complex thoughts and ideas in English. Keep practicing, and before you know it, you'll be mastering these like a pro. As always, happy learning and see you in our next video.